News Extra Time, KNEB, brought to you by Intralinks Technical Solutions in Gering and online at intralinks.net. Kevin Mooney with the program.
Thank you very much, Steve. Good morning, everyone. We have a pretty special guest here for News Extra. Kevin Sandberg is here to talk about the Legacy of the Plains Museum Harvest Festival. And you go, well, that's a ways away. Well, yes, it is. September 15th. 16th and 17th. They got a lot planned, so that's why we got him in here. How you doing?
Good, Kevin. How are you?
I love that vehicle you brought in here today. That little red Honda.
Yep, I got a couple of those little
red ones. Yeah, that's wonderful. So let's talk about the Harvest Festival here. You guys are, this is going to be a little bit different than the last couple three, right?
It is. You know, the last few Harvest Festivals, we've been so focused on the merger, the building, the new building, the displays that this year Larry Hubbard and I are co-chairman, and we have different people involved in their particular areas, like horses and those kind of things. But we're going to put a lot of emphasis on it this year. Our featured crop this year is potatoes.
Okay.
And it was Dick Cookshausen that said, you know, if we're going to feature potatoes, why not feature Lockwood this year? Because so many people in the area, it was so important, so many people have worked there. Now, what's interesting is this is the 60th anniversary of T.J. Lockwood, the founder of the Lockwood's passing. He passed away at age 44, and he passed away on his birthday, August 7th, which is interesting. So we do plan on a lot of activities with regards to Lockwood, and so we're excited about that this year.
Wow. That's pretty cool, and a lot of people don't. I mean, people that are young here, they don't really know how important the Lockwood Corporation was to this area. It was probably the biggest, one of the biggest, if not the biggest employer back 30, 40 years ago, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it probably was at one time. And when you look at TJ's passing at age 44, and yet what he was able to do in his short life, they had locations all over the country. Mm-hmm. They had even some operations overseas. And so it is an important aspect to this valley. And the Lockwood name is still on equipment. It's still the Lockwood Green, and it's based out of North Dakota now. So.
Yeah, pretty cool. So you're going to have an employee reunion on Friday afternoon?
We don't have all the details worked out yet, but sometime Friday afternoon, Friday evening, we're going to have an employee reunion. For example, Al Bauer, he's a good friend of mine. He's 92 years old now. He worked for TJ, talks a lot about going out of town with TJ, and some interesting stories with him and Fred. He says Fred was 15 driving the truck on the New Jersey Turnpike, but Fred assures me he was 16 years old and 2 months.
He might have been 15. You never know.
But taking a truck out on the New York or on the Jersey Turnpike, it was fairly new at that time. So interesting stories, and we hope to capture a lot of those with what we're doing. We're the official archives for Lockwoods. Mm-hmm. Over the years, people have given us things that they have kept, for safekeeping and didn't know what to do with them. So we have lots of pictures and films and a lot of things pertaining to Lockwood. So we will be displaying as much of that as possible in the gallery at the museum.
That sounds pretty cool. We'll be back and talk more right after this.
Is your wireless computer network secure? With their years of professional service, you can trust Intralinks Technical Solutions to keep your small or medium business computer system up and running. Not having a secure wireless network can put your computers at risk. Call Intralinks at 632-6590 to have one of their highly experienced techs set up, troubleshoot, and secure your wireless network. For weekly tips and information, friend Intralinks on Facebook at intralinks.net/Facebook.
We're back on News Extra with Kevin Sandberg here. We're talking about the Legacy of the Plains Museum Harvest Festival. September 15th, 16th, and 17th. Potatoes will be the featured crop. They're going to have a big, they're going to feature the Lockwood Corporation especially. have an employee reunion on Friday. You're going to have all kinds of different displays and potato equipment. And one of them is a reel harvester, one reel harvester.
Yeah, it's one row harvester.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get one for quite a while, and we've had trouble finding one, quite frankly. But the Rowland family at Hemingford had one, and they donated it to us. And so the guys, the volunteers at the shop, have a lot of work ahead of them because they're getting the tractor all ready to go. Had to put hydraulics on it, but we're putting it on a International M, and it'll be permanently mounted, so we plan on having it all painted up and working. So that is really a cool piece, and it's early enough that it's the black and yellow that Lockwood used before they went to the Lockwood green.
Yeah. Now the Lockwood green is, like you say, it's still known and still going, right?
Yeah, still being used. In fact, we were trying to determine, we have another piece over there that we're painting, and it was Lockwood green, and trying to determine what it should be, because when you look at a lot of this equipment out there, it looks more blue than it does green, and we've determined, or at least we think we've determined, that that's just a natural fading, that the original green that they started using in the early 60s is still the green that's being used today.
Yeah. All right, and we're also going to have a celebrity tractor parade.
Yep, we're looking forward to that. We have a lot of tractors there at the museum, and the volunteers run around and jump on them. Well, this year I'm calling it the Celebrity Tractor Parade. For example, I've talked to two of the mayors, and they say they will be there. We have some board members that haven't driven tractors for 100 years that came from the North Platte Valley side. They're going to be on there. Yourself, we're hoping more celebrities or more media people. So we're looking forward to it. It gives us an opportunity to make sure we have all those tractors up and running, and so we're excited about that.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how I do on the old tractor. So
you will do fine.
I'll do fine. I've driven a beat truck before, so I imagine I can do this.
I'm
right?
sure you can.
I'm sure I can.
I wouldn't have asked you if I didn't think you could.
Yeah. Or you just wanted to see me mess around with a tractor.
I want to see the headlines through the building. Yeah.
That's right. So anyway, there should be a lot of fun. September 15th, 16th, and 17th over at the Legacy of the Plains Museum. We'll have more. We'll have Kevin in and Larry in as well, coming up as it gets closer. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right.